Hello, Internet. I am JNock, and I'm going to run through my raid runs. I am joined by a co-host, LordPyrial, from one of our co-guilds here at Rebel Force Exegol. Say hello, Pyrial.
Imperial.
I'm going to start with my Grand Moff Tarkin team. I have already remodded my Grand Moff Tarkin. The team that I use is Grand Moff Tarkin with Scorch. One of the key stats to look for with your Grand Moff Tarkin is 306 plus speed. You want as much potency as you can get, and you really want as high of a special damage. 12k or better is what you're looking for. 13k is optimal. So to begin with, you're going to target Apo, and you're going to do a basic. You're going to end up doing two basics on Apo before you switch over to Fox. Your Scorch is going to get ability block, so he'll just end up doing a basic there, and you'll do your second basic on Apo, and then you're going to switch targets over to Fox. If they focus on your Grand Moff Tarkin, occasionally it can go south, but most of the time you're good. So now that we have our turn again, we're going to do the Mind buff, which is going to increase your potency, and then you're going to do what I call Make It Rain, and it should kill everyone off. And now on Scorch's first turn, you're going to use the Flag ability to gain some more stacks of rescue, and then you'll do a basic with Moff Tarkin. You're going to want to do the Taunt ability, which is his third ability. That way you go into the next wave with him taunting, and again you're going to do a basic with Grand Moff Tarkin, and then you'll shake hands. Now you're into wave 2. Since Scorch is taunting, he's going to soak most of the hits. And you will again do the Mind buff and the Make It Rain, which should kill everyone off. It doesn't matter what he does here, so you just do a basic, really. Do a basic. And again, you do a basic, which finishes the rescue stacks so that Grand Moff Tarkin will do the handshake. Now, Scorch is not taunting, but he's got high turn meters, so normally he will go first, like he just did. So you want to make sure you do the taunt. That way he soaks most of the hits. And when it's Moff Tarkin... Yes, sir?
You kind of want the guy with the armor to be the taunting, unlike that Grand Moff Tarkin with his little dress.
Mm-hmm. So now that it's Moff Tarkin's turn again, you will do the Mind buff. And you will do the Make It Rain. And everyone's dead, so now the run is complete. You just have to finish off getting to the point where you can do your handshake, and that's an easy 3.6 million.
One of the easiest and greatest raid teams that CG has ever had.
Absolutely. The only team I can think of that was as guaranteed was the Princess Leia, or not Princess, the Galactic Legend Leia team in the speeder bike raid was just as simple once you had her modded correctly. But there in the Naboo raid there was nothing similar. So for our second team, we will do the rest of the dark side clone troopers. Apo, Disguised Clone Trooper, and CX2. Need to remod
this is where
them.
the fun begins.
Yeah, this is where the restarts begin. So there is some RNG in this run. Once you get through the beginning RNG, the rest of the run is fairly straightforward. Let's see. You want Apo modded for some potency. You actually want CX2's damage to be low. You do not want him modded for extra damage. Let's see, my CX2 is at 343 speed. My Disguised Clone Trooper is 306. And my Apo is 328. Apo's potency is 144. You want the potency to be kind of high so that you can stick stun. It still will not stick occasionally. There are a couple points of RNG in the beginning setup, which I'm sure we will run into here, and I will describe them when we get to them. But this is the team. So the first thing you're going to need when we get into the fight. So you're going to want to target Apo here on the left, and you will always, in the first wave, you will always, and actually for the entire raid, you will always do a basic with CX2 on Apo over here. So you can do your basic, and then target one of the Nightfall Troopers. I always target the leftmost one. It honestly doesn't matter, but you just need to know which one you targeted first. And you're going to use Apo's middle ability, and you want stun to stick. You did not stun him, so you will restart. And this one does require multiple restarts typically, because you need essentially four different points of RNG to fall into place. So again, we basic
the stars
Apo.
align, you're good.
Exactly. So we again target the leftmost Nightfall. We'll do the middle. So we got the stun and we got the second point of RNG, disguise clone trooper assisted. Those are the two things. You got the stun and you got the correct person to assist, because two people can assist whenever he does his attack. You can have CX2 assist or disguise clone trooper. We had disguise clone trooper, so that's the first two things, the stun and the correct person assisted. So now we will switch to the other Nightfall trooper and we'll do a basic that will stun him. And then we'll do the special. This is the next point of RNG. We need disguise clone trooper to assist when we do the special. And CX2 assisted. That's the wrong person, so we will retreat and we will start over. So you need those. It's actually three things. If you get those three things to happen, you get the stun to land, you get disguise clone trooper to assist the first time, and you get disguise clone trooper to assist the second time, and then you are in the groove. So we will do the special and CX2 assisted retreat and start the run over. I've sometimes had to do up to 10 or 15 restarts to get the correct RNG. The nice thing is, if you get the correct speed on Apo, let's say, basic, and then we'll do the special on the left, Nightfall Trooper and CX2 assisted, so we will restart. So before I start, I will show you Apo's speed. I have found, if you look at his speed here, I have mine at 328. I have found that 326 or 327 is the break point. 323 is too slow, and this RNG comes into play in the last wave. So if you have him at 326, 327 or faster, then the turn meter goes correct in the final wave. If he's lower, then you can have some RNG in the final wave. But other than that, if you can get him to 326 or higher, the RNG is all here in the beginning, in the intro. So we'll basic on Apo. We'll do our special here and stun landed, disguise clone trooper assisted. So we will basic here to stun him. We will do the special. And again, we had CX2, so we back out. And we start over again. Because we have to have disguise clone trooper assist both times. Basic. Do the special. Okay. Oh, we didn't get the stun, so this doesn't work if you don't get the stun. Even with 144% potency, you don't always get the stun. I believe with all debuffs, there's always a 15% chance you can fail. Target the left Nightfall Trooper and do the special. CX2 assisted, so we back out.
Always rinse and repeat, but it is so worth it to have 2 max score teams made up of 5 characters.
Yep. And the nice thing is, once you have these 5 characters, they translate into territory battle because Grand Moff Tarkin plus the 4 Darkside clones, if you have them all at Relic 9 so that you can do the raid at 3.6 level, they translate into a team that you can use for all 6 phases to get a 2 out of 2 run. All right, so target him. Okay, we got the right assist. And we'll target the other guy in basic, and we'll do the special. Hey, so we got the perfect RNG. So we got Disguised Clone Trooper to assist on the second time. So now, as always, we will use CX2 to basic on Apo. No one else will attack Apo. And so now we're going to go to the left, and for Nightfall Trooper and for Apo, we will be doing basics on Fox until he's dead. Now it's Disguised Clone Trooper's turn. He will target if you look at the one on the right, he already has Order 66. So we will target the Nightfall Trooper on the left, and we'll do a basic that's going to put Order 66 on him. Now we will go back to Fox, and we'll do a basic with the Nightfall Trooper. We'll go back to the right, and we will target Apo, and we'll do basic. That will put Order 66 on him. Now all 3 guys have Order 66, and that's, where you need to be. So again, we will go back to Fox on the left, and we will do a basic with Apo. With Disguised Clone Trooper, you're going to target either one of the stunned Nightfall Troopers. Doesn't matter which one. You'll do a basic, and that will kill him. Go back to Apo on the right. We will do a basic. We'll go back to Fox on the left, and we will do a basic. Okay, so now that Fox is dead, the next time Apo or Nightfall Trooper takes a turn, they will use the flag. It's CX2's turn, so we will again target Apo, and we will do a basic. And now it's Apo's turn, so we will use the flag. It's Disguised Clone Trooper's turn. Disguised Clone Trooper will always target one of the stunned guys and do a basic to kill him. He does extra damage to people that have Order 66 already. CX2's turn, we will go back to Apo and do a basic. And now that it's Apo or Fox's turn, and they've already done the flag, they will target whichever one of the brown robe Disguised Clone Troopers you want, and you will do a basic, and that should kill him off. Now we're going to go back to CX2, or go back to Apo with CX2 and do a basic. And we will target the other brown robe with Apo, and we'll again do a basic, and that should kill him off. So now all we have left is Lord Vader and Apo. So everyone will be targeting Lord Vader except for CX2. CX2 will continue targeting Apo and doing basics, and everyone else will target Lord Vader and do basics until Apo is in the red. So Disguised Clone Troopers are basic there. We'll target Apo and do a basic. Back to Lord Vader, and we basic. CX2 goes back to Apo and does a basic. Okay, now Apo is in the red. This is what I call last turn. Once you enter last turn, you can look at your 4 guys, and they all have full turn meter. So the next 3 guys are going to basic on Lord Vader, and the 4th guy will basic Apo to kill him. So this is 1 basic, 2 basics, and 3 basics. And now we will target Apo in the 4th basic here to kill him off. And this is what you want to have happen, is you want to end the wave with CX2 shaking hands. That gives you the proper turn meter going into wave 2. So now going into wave 2, you want to look at which Nightfall Trooper has the most turn meter. And I think the guy on the right has just a little bit more. So we will use the middle special on Apo. That should kill him off. Now, this is a little bit of different RNG. Normally that kills him off. But we will go ahead and target the other Nightfall Trooper and throw our grenade. And then we'll go ahead and basic. I am going to call the turn meter widget out just because this is a little bit special. So we have, because the turn meter is a little bit wonky, we normally have one hit on Lord Vader, which we don't have. We're going to do a basic. It's all about counting that little triangle buff. We need to have 4 stacks of that. And we'd ideally have CX2 being the last person. So we need to make sure that we only have... so if I do a basic right now, he will end up calling him to attack because he has defense penetration up. So we'd get 2 more stacks. So we can't really do that. So we're going to have to do subdued here. And then basic, and that gets us to 3 stacks. And then basic, and he should have... Oh, I messed up. Okay, well, this will show you what can happen sometimes when turn order is messed up, because I guess I should have done a basic with Apo, and that would have been 2 instead of subdued. Or maybe there wasn't a path forward, because that would have gotten us to... Yeah, that would have gotten us to 4 stacks early. So there really wasn't a path forward that would have gotten us to the proper place. But either way, we're going to do a handshake here. And Disguised Clone Trooper is going to get an early turn, and so is Nightfall Trooper. Oh, no, but I think they're going to kill off... Yeah, well, we can kill him off anyways. And they killed my Apo, so you want to try and kill off the Nightfall Troopers when you have a chance, because they can invis. Yeah, this is going to be a loss. We had a little bit of bad RNG. We got a little bit unlucky.
Need to be like Cher. If I could turn back time.
Yeah. No, discard and retry. We must have 3.6 million.
You will do what you must.
Yeah. The second wave does have, unfortunately, a little bit of RNG. Normally, you kill off that Nightfall Trooper with the first attack, and when you don't, rarely, you have to go through a little gymnastics to try and make work. There, I'd say about 7 out of 8 times you can make it work, but that time it didn't. So we'll just go back to starting off. We want Nightfall Trooper, and we got CX2, so you might hear my supervisor in the background. Meowing at me.
The cat is hungry for raid victory.
Yes. Use a special. Okay, we got the assist, got the stun, do the special, and we got the wrong person to assist. So again, it's a basic, and then middle special. Correct. Oh, we didn't get the stun. Doesn't matter how much potency you stack up. Sometimes it's just not enough. And believe it or not, this is not the run that causes me the most irritation. That is yet to come.
Well, maybe. I think you're getting all the bad RNG now, so that the rest of the runs will be perfect.
We can only hope. The The next run normally goes pretty smoothly. The Jedi Master Mace run is normally pretty smooth. So basic, special, wrong assist.
Well, rebellions were built on hope.
You know that. Hope springs eternal. Special. Okay, we got the right assist and the stun landed. Basic, and now we need the special. And all right. Hurrah! So go back to basic on Apo. Move back to Fox, and we do a basic. Move back to the stunned guy who doesn't have Order 66 and do a basic to give him Order 66. Back to Fox and do a basic. Back to the right and do a basic, and now Apo will have Order 66. Let's back to the left on Fox and do a basic. Pick the stunned guy you don't like and do a basic, then I'll kill him. Back to Apo and do a basic. Back to Fox on the left and do a basic. And now he's dead. Back to Apo and do a basic. And now we will do the flag ability. Back to the stunned guy and do a basic with Disguised Clone Trooper. Back to Apo and do a basic. Back to one of the brown Disguised Clone Troopers and do a basic. That should kill him off. Back to Apo and do a basic. To the other Disguised Clone Trooper and do a basic. Should kill him off. Everyone except for CX2 will basic on Lord Vader. So this is a basic on Lord Vader. And we will target Apo. And we'll go back to Lord Vader and basic. And back to Apo and basic. And back to Lord Vader and basic. And stay on Lord Vader and basic. Now back to Apo and basic with CX2. And now that Apo is in the red, we will have 3 basics on Lord Vader, and the 4th basic will kill Apo. So this is 1, 2, 3. And now Apo, we'll do a basic. And again, we'll be shaking hands with CX2. You really want to end all waves with CX2 shaking hands. So we check which Nightfall Trooper has more turn meter, and that's the one on the right. We will do the middle basic. And like normal, this one actually killed him off. So targeting Lord Vader, you will throw the grenade. And this is, again, what you will typically see. Everyone dies except for one Nightfall Trooper. And you target him and use a basic to kill him. And so now you have Lord Vader with 1 rescue stack. That's the triangle buff. CX2 will do a basic. That'll take him to 2. Apo, if Lord Vader is at 2 stacks, Apo will do subdued, so he stays at 2. And Disguised Clone Trooper will do a basic, and Nightfall Trooper will do a basic, and now he's at 4, which triggers the handshake, and CX2 is doing the handshake. That's what you want. If your Apo is at the correct speed, then coming into this phase, he's going to have almost full turn meter like he does right here. So they did get 1 turn, but that's all they got. They did kill my Nightfall Trooper off, and that kind of sucks, but this is what you want. You want to use his 3rd ability, and you want to target the Nightfall Trooper that has the most turn meter. Now, if Nightfall Trooper was alive, he would have assisted, and that guy would now be dead. Since he wasn't alive, he didn't assist, so we still have both those, but you still want to target whichever Disguised Clone Trooper has more life, is closest to going, because they can invis. So we're going to basic kill him, and ideally we will go ahead and kill the other one if we can, and which we did. We are getting the worst RNG, but that's okay. Sometimes showing the bad RNG runs is just as useful, because these are edge cases that don't happen very often. And you get to see 2 of them. Just know that when it happens, you're not alone.
Well, you learn from your mistakes.
CG doesn't hate you. They hate everyone. So start over, and we got the right assist. And every once in a while, might happen. Cross your fingers. I was gonna say every once in a while on back-to-back runs, you get the right RNG, and you get to go right back in, and everything works the way it's supposed to. I will say again, this is not the worst run. Kaloran Beck hates me, but that's just foreshadowing. CX2 assists. The thing that sucks is 9 times out of 10, when you get the right RNG coming out of wave 2 like we did, it's a win. We got the CX2 assisted, so we got to restart.
You got to pray harder.
That's what it is. I should have sacrificed a chicken to the RNG gods. CX2 assisted, and we need that to be Disguised Clone Trooper. So one of the nice things about these runs, at least, is most of the RNG is front loaded. In the Naboo raids, there were many failure points all the way to the very end. So you could do everything right and have everything going right, and then at the very end, after you'd wasted 15 or 20 minutes, okay, we're basic here to get the stun, and all right, we did get the right RNG. But to finish what I was saying, you could get 15 or 20 minutes in, and all of a sudden, bam, you got the wrong RNG in the last wave, and you had to restart. So at least here, the runs are shorter, and most of the RNG is front loaded. So we got the correct start. So we will target Apo. We'll do a basic. We'll go back to Fox on the left, and we'll do a basic. We'll target the stun guy that doesn't have Order 66 and do a basic. Give him Order 66. Back to Fox on the left and basic. All the way to the right on Apo and basic. Give him Order 66. Back to Fox on the left and basic. Target the stun guy you don't like the most and basic to kill him. Back to Apo on the right and basic. All the way to the left to Fox and basic. And that should kill him. Back to Apo on the right and basic. And now we'll do the flag. Target the stunned guy and basic to kill him. Back to Apo on the right and basic. Target Disguised Clone Trooper and basic, and that should kill him. Back to Apo on the right and basic. And target the other Disguised Clone Trooper and basic, and that should kill him. So from now on, everyone except for CX2 will basic on Lord Vader, and CX2 will basic on Apo until we get Apo to the red. So this is a basic on Lord Vader, and we're targeting Apo with CX2 and basic, back to Lord Vader and basic, and back to Apo and basic, and back to Lord Vader and basic, and Lord Vader and basic. With CX2, we're targeting Apo and basic. Apo is now in the red. We have entered last turn, so we'll have 3 basics on Lord Vader. The 4th will basic on Apo to kill him. So that's 1, 2, 3. 4th person will basic on Apo. And now CX2 will do a handshake with Lord Vader. And we will target the Nightfall Trooper with more Terminator, which is the guy on the right. We'll do the middle basic, and this should kill him. We'll throw the grenade at Lord Vader, and that should leave 1 Nightfall Trooper, and we will basic on him to kill him. And now you're always going to basic with CX2 and Disguised Clone Trooper. So we'll basic. We have 2 rescue stacks on Lord Vader, so Apple will do Subdued. Again, we will basic with Disguised Clone Trooper, and we will basic with Nightfall Trooper. That gives us to 4 rescue stacks, so CX2 will do the handshake. And again, they targeted my guy, and they killed him. But hopefully we get slightly better RNG this time.
Maybe you're not shaking his hand properly.
Okay, well, we got...
Maybe you're fist bumping.
I'm just curious here. If we kill off... Because I'm just wondering if CX2 can kill off that Disguised Clone Trooper. You know, I think they've got about the same health, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to take the sure kill with Disguised Clone Trooper, and I'm going to target the guy on the left who doesn't have counterattack, and I'm going to use his special. Oh, I was really hoping that would have killed him. I was really hoping that would have killed him. So close. And yet so far away. I don't know how much I can emphasize it. This is such an edge case to lose 3 in a row after getting the right. But it is what happens. I'm going to say this is probably the first time I've had 3 in a row like that where I've lost after having the right RNG. But just have to persevere. Nothing goes perfectly. Especially when you're recording for the interwebs.
Yes, that YouTube luck is not the best.
As I recall, there was a moment when I was saying something that rarely happened, and it's like I summoned it into happening. Okay, well, at least we did get a perfect start relatively soon. So from here, we at least have wave 1 in hand. So again, we'll go over to Fox in basic, target the other stunned guy in basic, give him Order 66, back to Fox on the left in basic, back to Apo on the right in basic, and he has Order 66. Back to Fox on the left in basic, target a stunned guy and kill him with a basic. Back to Apo on the right in basic, back to Fox on the left in basic, and that kills him off. Back to Apo on the right in basic, and then you do the flag. Target the stunned guy in basic to kill him. Back to Apo in basic. Target one of the Disguised Clone Troopers in basic, that should kill him. Back to Apo in basic. The other Disguised Clone Trooper in basic. And now everyone basics on Lord Vader except for CX2. CX2 continues basicing on Apo. So this is a basic. And then target Apo in basic. Lord Vader in basic. Back to Apo in basic. Back to Lord Vader in basic. Stay on Vader in basic. Back to Apo in basic. Now Apo is in the red, so the next 3 basics go to Lord Vader. The 4th one kills Apo with a basic. So this is 1 basic, 2 basics, and 3 basics. 4th one on Apo, it's basic, and then CX2 shakes hands. We target the guy with more turn meter, which is the guy on the right. Do the middle special, that should kill him. Throw the grenade at Lord Vader. And basic the remaining trooper to kill him. We'll basic on Lord Vader, takes him to 2 rescue stacks, and then Apo does subdued. Basic to get to 3, and basic to get to 4, and CX2 does the handshake. They killed him off again. Oh, it's just beautiful. Okay, so we will do the special on Nightfall Trooper. At least we should kill one of the Nightfall Troopers. Okay. This is actually better. because now we can kill off Disguised Clone Trooper, and there's two of us and only one of him. He can only kill one of us, so we will get the win now. Even though we did have particularly bad RNG in this run, uh, as well as in the preceding runs. So we'll kill him off, and then everyone just basics on Lord Vader until he gets to 4 rescue stacks, and then we shake hands, and that's your 3.6 million run. Definitely not perfect, but
Let's
in
try.
in the end, it's done. We will persevere, and so we will go on to the next run, which the Jedi Master Mace run normally has much less RNG. Uh, I do have to remod. All of these teams have to remod. Uh, you generally want them fast and with damage. You can see I've got his physical offense up to 12K. 12.5K is kind of what you want to shoot for. He's at 317 speed. Depa got her at 312, so she's a little bit slower, and she's got almost 12K offense. And then Temple Guard, he's your tank. And you're remodding to make him, surprise, surprise, tanky. You want to emphasize the protection. So you can see there I've got him up to almost 190K protection, and he's 310 speed, so he's also relatively fast. There is a difference between the Relic 7 and the Relic 8, Relic 9 versions of this fight. At Relic 7 and 8, you use Depa's middle special and then Jedi Master Mace's basic to kill off Fox. But in both runs, you're going to target Fox first. In the Relic 9 version, which is what I'm doing, use Depa's third ability, and then use Jedi Master Mace's third ability. And that's going to do a lot of damage on everyone. It's going to kill off Fox. And now you need to focus on Apo on the right. In general, I like to use the middle ability here and use the flag on Temple Guard there. You have to use the flag early. Otherwise, when everyone else, I'll bring the widget out, you can see all of the bad guys taking their turns. If you don't use the flag, then they will end up making Lord Vader get to 0 stacks, which will make him kill a Jedi, and that will tank your run. So now Jedi Master Mace is going to get 1 turn. I think I really want to kill this guy because he's low. I know I can kill him off, and getting 1 enemy out is the most important thing. They did kill my Depa, which probably means I'm going to have to restart. I'll go and put him under invisibility. That way he can attack without worrying about them counterattacking him. That's going to stun him.
Yeah, I'm a dark side fan, so every time I see this team, I'm actually rooting for Lord Vader.
You bastard! You're the one that's making this fail. Yeah, I actually don't think I can win this, but I'm going to try anyways because I've won a lot of the other fights, like the Kbeq team. I can win that with just Kbeq. Try and do that because I can. Oh, so close to killing him. We can kill him with a basic now. Oh, that didn't work. Darn it. Yeah, he doesn't have it as spell. Yeah, I think this is just a loss. Yeah, he's at red health. I'm just going to back out. There's really no way with Jedi Master Mace being at that low health. You really need Depa and Jedi Master Mace to be alive. You got a little unlucky there. This is generally I would say no more than a 5 restart run. Normally more like no start. So we will target On the left, do the third ability. And again, do Jedi Master Mace's third ability. And we're going to target Apo, and we will do the middle. And that didn't kill him, but normally that does. Man, there are so many people that are so close to death. I'm doing that. I want to see if I killed 2. Oh well, it wasn't going to work anyways. You really need Apo to die off there. So we'll just restart this. Getting all the bad RNG out of the way. We'll target Fox and we'll do the third ability. And again, do the third ability. Kills him off. And target Fox, do her middle. That should kill him off. And oh, it is so tempting to do his middle ability because it's probably going to kill some people off, but he has to do the flag. He really doesn't.
People for when they use a grenade.
And looks like we have Pyrial back. So welcome back, Pyrial. So we will go ahead and do the... What are we going to do here? I think we're going to go and do the middle special to kill him off. And gosh, she is so close to death too. But we want to kill off the Disguised Clone Troopers. And we're going to...
I didn't know. I dropped out.
Yeah, you were gone for
Bad internet.
Probably a good minute. But so we put her under invis. She's the most important one. And that's going to stun her. And we'll go ahead and... I believe this has a heal component. It does, but I don't know if that's going to... Yeah. And we got him dead, so we're covering a little bit of health, but this is a little sketch for his this is normally a much faster run, but we're going to go ahead and target the guy on the right. He's got the most turn meter. And we'll do the area effect hit, and we will go ahead and really want to kill off... Oof. I'm going to put her under invis because that's also going to make him taunt, which at least will make the Nightfall Troopers target him. And the only attack that Disguised Clone Trooper, the only attack that she'll have to tank then will be the grenade that Disguised Clone Trooper throws. And hopefully she's at half health. And okay, so that, yeah, she was able to tank that. So that's what I was hoping for by putting her under invis and him tanking. So we'll just go and do a basic here. And I really don't care about him taking hits. I just don't want the rest of our guys to have to take hits. Just let her do a basic.
So is this why you don't have a full Jedi team? Because you don't want the enemy team throwing grenades and lowering the rescue cook?
I don't have a full Jedi team because I break my Jedi Master Race team into 2 pieces. This is the first piece, and then the second piece, the rest of the normal Jedi Master Mace squad is Jocasta Nu and Ayla Secura, and I put them behind Clore and Kbeq for a second trio team. I was trying to be as efficient as possible to get the highest score with the least relic 9s.
Okay.
But if you have lots of relic materials, you can make your team more reliable by throwing more relic 9s at it and building out the team. But this team is perfectly
So
capable.
whacking in a Relic 9, Plu Koon, and Evekoff.
Sure, sure. On either team, or Shock T, or what have you. But now,
Okay.
we're through wave 2, and our Jedi are at fairly good health with at least a little bit of protection, so we're in good shape. So I am going to go ahead before we end this wave. He's only got 3 rescue stacks, so we have a choice. I'm going to go ahead and put her under invisibility. She's the most important because she has a dispel, and that forces him to taunt. So going into the next wave, he'll be taunting, so he being the temple guard can soak most of the damage. We're going to go ahead and target the temple guard because he doesn't have retribution. We want to try and limit the number of attacks they do, which reduce Lord Vader's rescue stacks and make it closer to him killing off his Jedi. And then she'll do her third ability, which will take off everyone's buffs, and it will reveal the disguised clone trooper. And we'll just do a base to kill him off. You want to kill the disguised clone troopers as fast as possible because there are limited debuffs or limited dispels on this team. I'm going to use our middle ability to kill him because he had advantage, and then we can just kill him off with a basic. And this run is done.
Excellent.
It took a couple restarts, but we got there in the end. It's generally a lower RNG run. So that's my 3 full runs. My next team I run at difficulty 6 because I do still have 1 tune on there that's only Relic 8, that being Kbeq. The other 2, I take that back. I thought I had Jocasta Nu and Ayla at Relic 9, but no, the whole team's at Relic 8. So anyways, this team works perfectly well at Relic 8. I don't see a whole lot different from Relic 7 to 8, and I have a friend who does this at Relic 9, and this team is loaded with RNG. Oh, actually, I can retreat out. I need to remod these characters.
It
Kbeq,
is worth it.
yes.
You can't not mod in.
Kbeq essentially doesn't get remodded. I just have to put his mods back on him. I steal one of his mods for one of the earlier teams. Looks like it went to CX2. And then Jocasta Nu. We'll go back to the Order 66 team. And yes, this is... I have to do a little bit of housekeeping before I start this run because unlike my second account, I do not have enough room for everyone's mods at the same time. So I actually have to do a little unmodding between fights. So I'll go ahead and put... Actually, this should be enough here. I can just put CX2's mods back on him. And manage mods, that should... Yes, I now have enough room for the final tune. So I can go ahead and do my third tune. Go back into the raid section. And we'll remod Ayla. And I have her modded for some potency as well as speed. Potency, you want her to stick her stuns. I have Jocasta Nu modded for a lot of speed. And then Kbeq he's mainly modded for protection, but a little bit of damage. This run is so filled with RNG. We're going to have some fun. Maybe the RNG gods will take pity on me and make this easy. I don't expect it to be so.
I've got faith that the old lady's gonna
So,
do her job.
so you always target Fox on the left, and you use Jocasta's middle special. It'll spell him, and you want her to do a decent amount of damage. That was actually a middle amount of damage, but you need to kill Fox off with this next move. So there's two ways you can do it. You can do it because if she does a bunch of damage, then you can kill him with Fox's subsequent basics, which happen as a result. Or if you get really lucky, sometimes you will have Jocasta assist a second time, and that's almost an assured kill. So we will go ahead and do that. And we did not do enough damage. And we have we have Topcom joining us now. Topcom, you're on the air. We are recording. So we'll back out of this. Say hello, everyone, to hello, YouTube. Topcom.
Hello.
All right. So we'll restart this run. And again, we'll target Fox. Jocasta's her middle. Again, that was a smallish amount of damage, so we're really basically hoping that, yeah, she didn't do a second assist. It's not going to be enough to kill him off. If you can get through wave one and have all three of your people alive, or even just Jocasta and Kbeq, it's normally a win. But the trick is getting through this first part. And there, we got the double assist from Jocasta. So we will target the disguised clone trooper and do a basic that should stun him. And they killed her off, which honestly is actually kind of a best case scenario. Because the alternative is them killing off Jocasta or Kbeq, which doesn't end well. Go ahead and bring out the Terminator widget. So we'll do her middle special on Apo because we need to kill him off now. We'll go ahead and do the flag here because we want her to be able to do the Granny Get Your Gun move. And now we just have to hope for RNG that lets us weather these attacks and not have them kill us off. So we'll do the middle ability on Fox, which killed him. That's pretty fantastic. All right, so you really want to kill off Disguised Clone Trooper. So if there is one out of Invis, which the one on the left is, you're going to do your best to kill him. So we'll go ahead and do the third special. It does the most damage, and then we'll do a basic with her, with Jocasta to kill her. I really like to save that middle special, but I think we need to kill one of these off. So we're going to use the middle special to kill them, and it stunned her. Oh, that. Yeah. Well, we will see because this is another edge case. I have made it through waves 2 and 3 with just Kbeq before, so we'll see how lucky we can get. He doesn't have a dispel, so you're relying on RNG to be able to target the disguised clone troopers and kill them off without them being invisible. But it can happen. So we'll go and do the big hit on this guy. He's got the most turn meter. So that wasn't ideal. Normally when he throws the grenade, that would trigger... Actually, I don't want to do an attack on either one of these. But anyways, when the guy on the right, when this guy's clone trooper on the right did his attack, it would have triggered a counterattack, and he would have killed him off, which he did not. I'm going to do the subdued here because I do not want to attack one of these guys. Yeah, and that's the end of the run. Order 66, they're going to kill me off. I now have the big hit. We'll keep trying. Might kill him off. Stuns me. Get rid of Order 66. Yeah. Yep. It's an edge case. I've had it work more than once, but it's still low probability. You can get through waves 2 and 3 with Jocasta by herself. You can get through waves 2 and 3 with Kbeq by himself, but it does require a little bit of RNG. So use your middle special and use his middle special, and you need to kill off Fox. Yep. Didn't get enough damage, so we restart. Every once in a while, he decides to take multiple assists, counterattacks. That's why I went back in, just to make sure. This is for me, the most frustrating run, because it has the most. Now, that was a nice big hit. This is almost assuredly going to kill off Fox. Even if she hadn't assisted, that should have killed off Fox. You do a basic there. We didn't land the stun, which kind of sucks. But she dodged some shots, which is really nice. Doesn't normally happen. We will do her middle special, take away all of their buffs. And that was great. She stunned on her counterattack. In this case, because they're all going to be doing... they all three are alive, we're actually going to let Ayla do the flag. So we'll do his big hit here. I honestly find this very interesting because we can take away all of their debuffs. Oof. No, we're going to save that. We're still going to do the Granny Get Your Gun, because the 2 Nightfall Troopers would go again, and that's just going to make the Disguised Clone Troopers re-invis. And then Ayla will do the flag. So we'll again be counting on a little bit of hopeful RNG that they don't kill off Jocasta or Kbeq. We have one Disguised Clone Trooper invised, or stunned, I mean, so that's actually really, really great. We'll go ahead and do the special. That takes away all of their buffs. So that was a little bit unfortunate. Again, I don't want him to do... His basic does multiple attacks. You really don't want to do that while the Nightfall Troopers have Retribution on them. So we'll just do the basic, and we'll target the guy with lower health and do her special. Basic would be just as good, but either way, you're only going to be triggering one attack. Let's do a basic here to kill that off. It's going to stun her, but... And... I think we'll just go ahead and do the middle special to make sure we kill them off. Oh, that didn't do... I was hoping that would call her to assist. We got more attacks than I wanted, but this might still work. We're going to go ahead, even though they're about to take turns, we're going to do the middle special to take away their invis, because they will stun. They would have stunned if we left them invis, and I didn't want them to stun us. So now we can just do basics on Lord Vader until either he comes out of invis, or... I'm not going to do her middle special, because this guy's Clone Trooper will take another turn, and he's just going to re-invis. So we'll keep on doing our attacks, and now we have turns after her turn. So now we will go ahead and kill him off and do the special. This is best case. Going into the next round with all 3 people still alive, that's very, very low end. So we definitely want to kill the Disguised Clone Troopers off as fast as we can. Of the targets you have available, you want to take, with her, you want to target whoever has more turn meter and just hope for a stun. We got the stun. That's great. The They're both stunned. I'm going to go ahead and use his call to assist. That should... Yeah, it's actually great. Great, great, great. And now we're same as the last wave. We're just waiting for him to come out of invis. Or like this case, she can use her middle ability. And then we get turns, and we can just kill him with basics. Shake hands and go into the next wave. So she's going first. We'll target the Disguised Clone Trooper with the most turn meter. Kill him off. I think they both have about the same amount of turn meter, so I'm going to target the guy on the right because he's closest to being dead. She's going to kill whoever she attacks, so we might as well kill the guy on the left who has most turn meter is going to go. That takes him out of invis. We're not going to be able to kill him off probably because Kaloran Beck's third ability hits nice, but it doesn't hit hard enough. If I use the mass assist, I don't think we're going to kill him off, and her stun is iffy, so I'm just going to do as much damage as we can. And she dodged. You jerk. That's all right. So we'll kill off the remaining Nightfall Trooper, and we will do what we did before, and we'll just wait for Disguised Clone Trooper to come out of invis, or Jocasta to get a turn to remove. And here we go. We can remove invis, and we have turn to kill him off. Shake the hands, and we get our 2.7 million run done.
Yeah.
That is the run that I like the least. It has the most RNG in it. And it doesn't really matter what level you're running it at. It still has RNG in it. Now, I don't have mod space to do all of my runs, so I will have to move some of my mods back. So I apologize for the required housekeeping here, but it is necessary to do my final run. I don't have to move all of my mods back, just the people that have multiple mods missing.
No TARS. It is necessary.
Yes, it is. But my final run is the Bad Batch, and a lot of people use the Pirate King Hondo team, which I do have Pirate King Hondo, but I have not leveled him up to Relic 9 yet. Once I have him at Relic 9, I will honestly, it will be a tough choice if there's less RNG, whether I kick off the Kaloran Beck team or the Bad Batch team.
See you later, Keller and back. It's the see you later, Granny.
The Kaloran Beck team just has so much RNG; it causes me so much pain. Sometimes I think that will likely be the team that I remove, even though if I could get an extra 900k because I can go from 2.7 to 3.6 with the Hondo team, or I can go from 1.8 to 3.6 with the Bad Batch team. Who was this I was moving? Kylo Ren? Yes. But I'm doing 15.3 million right now, so I'm already above the max rewards threshold, and my guild is comfortably making the max raid crate, so we don't need the extra points. So it's just a matter of like personal pride, where how close to 18 million you can get. We have a few people in our guild, Topcom being one of them, who are making 18 million and have been making 18 million for quite some time. But if you take 520 million and divide it by 50, I mean, it's just slightly over 10 million a person. So, each person's personal share is a little more than 10 million, but if you're going to have some people who are less than, you also need to have some people who are more than. So you can see there I'm at down to the people that had 0, but you have to start over again for your raid teams. So now I have to put depots mods back. And Jedi Master Mace. Temple Guard. And I think that's the last one. Ayla Secura. Might be one more. Yep, Jocasta New. Okay. Yep, and then we're into Quill, and then we're back to the... Yep. So that's enough mods moved back. I've got room now. So we will go back to the raid. We drop down to level 5. Because I have all of my Bad Batch at Relic 7. And we'll queue up all my Bad Batch. I remod everyone except for Hunter. And you're mainly just modding them for speed, but there is a little bit of turn order. But I run this on 2 accounts, and I have different turn order on both accounts. So you do want Wrecker to be fast. I've got mine at 328, but no, I'm not assigning mods to Hunter. Skip him. But the main part of this team is understanding their mechanics. And their mechanics revolve around the target practice. If you are attacking the same target, you will give stacks of target practice to your entire team, which increases your damage. And if one of your persons gets captured, it's the stacks of target practice that will bring them out of captured. So you will have Wrecker go into captured mode, which means he's at zero protection, essentially 0 health. And if he gets back to taking a turn before he gets out of captured, then he will die. If he gets out of captured, he'll go back to full health, full protection. You'll see how this works. And kind of like the Dark Side clones, there are a couple points of RNG at the beginning that you'd like to have happen. The final one's not required, but it's nice. But you want to target Fox, you're trying to kill him off, and you're going to use a basic with Hunter here that will cause an assist, and you want Crosshair to assist, not Batcher. And Batcher assisted, so we'll just go ahead and back out and start over. Just like the Dark Side clone, most of... Oops, I didn't want to take him out. Most of the RNG happens at the very beginning. So, but I find this run more interesting because it doesn't end up the same way every time, but it all revolves around the same thing, trying to target people that you can kill so that you can increase your stacks of target practice. So again, we'll do a basic, Crosshairs assisted, that's what you want. You do a basic with Wrecker because he dispels, and when he dispels, he gives turn meter to the rest of his team. Then you're going to use the middle special with Crosshair and target himself. That will take some of his, I'm not sure what they're called, stacks of Shaken. That'll take some of his stacks of Shaken away. You're just going to do a basic with Omega. You're going to do the third special with Batcher. And you want to try and get Fox out as fast as possible. I don't like this. They're doing a lot of assists. I don't feel like this is working well, but yeah, we'll see. You do basic here, and then you do basic. You want You really wanted Crosshair to assist again on the second time, but we didn't get it. But we did get the ultimate goal of getting Fox dead before anything else happens. So once he's dead, now the next turn you take with Batcher, you want to use the flag on Apo, and he's also going to assist during that. And you'll notice that your Wrecker is in captured mode, so all attacks on the same target are going to give you stacks of target practice, which are going to reduce his stacks of captured. And if you keep on attacking Apo over here, you will get enough stacks of target practice. One more attack. Okay, so now Wrecker is out of captured. Oh, but unfortunately, like I said, they were taking a lot of assists in the middle there, and that reduced too many stacks of uh, Lord Vader's rescue buff, and that allowed him to kill a Jedi. So unfortunately, we're just gonna have to start over. There is a little bit of RNG there. We didn't get the best RNG.
Well, I mean, if you want to make lemonade, you got to squeeze a few lemons.
Right, right. So do a basic and Batcher assisted, so we get right out. Hey, that piece of RNG is right at the very beginning. One move, and either it does or it doesn't. Let's do a basic. Wrong assist. Again, basic. Wrong assist. Sit down, Batcher. Bad dog. Don't make me break out the hose.
I understand that reference.
Batcher, you overeager son of a. Wait your turn. I feel this is the one. This is the one.
Who's the good batcher now?
But I guess I shouldn't buy a lottery ticket because that was not the one. All right. Hey, there we go. All right. So then again, we do a basic with Wrecker. Do his middle ability on himself to reduce shaken stacks. She does a basic. Batcher does the third special. They're always going to take a bunch of turns and they're going to kill off your Wrecker. That's always going to happen. What you really want to avoid, hopefully, is they spread their attacks around and they don't take anyone else out. So basic here, and you'd love Crosshair to assist, which he did there. That's the best RNG. So now we're going to target Apo. I'm going to bring the widget out just to be sure, but I'm going to do basic with him. Batcher's always going to do the flag, and this is perfect. This is as perfect gets because you've got Wrecker out before Omega's turn. If that's the case, she can actually do her third ability, which is going to put taunt on the person with the most health and protection. If he was still captured, it would be someone else because he would be at a sliver of life. But since he's out, you can do that, and it's going to give everyone some really big offensive buffs. You know, it's a little unfortunate that Hunter just got put into captured, but it's not the end of the world. Uh, we're going to go and kill him off with his third ability, which is big damage. So now everyone's at relatively low turn meter. Why? Okay, there we go. Screen was frozen for a second. Okay, so everyone's at relatively low turn meter. So even though our team is relatively low damage, we should still be able to get at least a couple turns on this guy. Okay, and so that's going to give us more stacks of target practice. Okay, he killed him off, but we can go ahead and attack him. Attack the guy with more turn meter. One of the nice things about this team is they're invisible, so even though they're attacking people that have retribution, they can't be counterattacked. So, and then this next hit, I think should, bring him out of captive. So now the only downside is he's out of captive, but he is visible, so he's going to be tanking all the damage from now on. I'm going to go ahead and leave his special ability since he's probably not going to be alive for. I mean, he might survive, but I'm going to leave that because that's basically an insta kill. So I'm going to try and use him to insta kill one of the disguised clone troopers next round. So then we'll basic and basic. Because his third ability and Crosshair's third ability both do some pretty good damage. Normally good enough to kill someone in one hit. So we will go ahead and target the guy over here that's got more turn meter. Maybe we can kill him off. I'm just going to do a basic. All right. That wasn't enough. All right. And they did kill him off, so we will target the guy on the left that has advantage, I guess, since we can't target any of the clone troopers. In general, you do want to target the same person. We don't have anyone captive, so there's not really a need. And I really want to kill this guy because he's got just a little bit of health. And they're the ones who are doing the most damage. I think we can kill him off. Oh man, we didn't do nearly as much damage as I thought we would. So I normally like to use this big ability for one of the Disguised Clone Troopers, but I think it's more important to get to the third wave with our remaining people alive. So I'm going to use that to kill him off, or I guess bring him really low. She can, he can kill him off, I guess. And we'll use his middle ability on himself. He's out of invisibility, so everyone's going to attack him. I'm going to use the third ability to put as much damage downfield as I can on him. That bleeding will be a dot. Okay, and so he's dead now. We've got all three people alive and at relatively high health. We're all invisible, so they can't counterattack. So, and like I said, it's a weird fight because it never goes the same way twice. But there's normally a winning path that you can take if you get out of wave one. Okay, so we'll shake hands. So we have one guy who does good damage, being Hunter, and we have Batcher, who can attack people who are invisible, or who are, they're invisible. I'm going to go ahead and attack him. Oh, I was hoping he'd stay out of invis. We'll go and attack the guy that has the armor shred on him. And we're just going to go right back after that guy, since he came out of invis. I don't think we need... Yeah, we'll go ahead and finish him off. And now he can use his insta-kill essentially on this guy on the left. And now all we have left is two guys that they do hit kind of hard sometimes, but they can't counterattack. So we can whittle them down relatively easily. Since we've killed off the people that can invis, there's relatively little danger in this squad now. And that's the end. That's the Bad Batch. I haven't tried them anything higher than the 1.8 million run, but it's normally a team that doesn't need any more than, I don't know, five to 10 resets to get the beginning correct. You have anything you feel like adding, Imperial?
It is a lot of RNG runs, a lot of RNG teams, but what you're giving to the guild and yourself in personal rewards is well worth it.
Oh yeah, I mean at 12.15 you max out, so anything over that is max rewards. It's a decent amount of get three, or not get three, but the raid currency at level 3, at level 2, and you know
And
it's
all teams available.
oh absolutely, and you know, and there are other teams. You know, you can do your Pirate King Hondo team. You can add some Jedi to the Kbeq or the Jedi Master Mace team to make that less RNG based, but I've had I wouldn't even say mixed results. I've had poor results with adding other Jedi, but it's probably more of a modding issue because I know some people that take a 4 or a 5-man Jedi team in and they love it. The Pirate King Hondo team in particular, I've heard from people, if you have the resources to take 5 pirates, I think Vane and Smee in SM33 in particular are two of the ones that are most critical. They essentially make the pirate team trivial. But you can do a duo with just Pirate King Hondo and OG Hondo, which I have not tried yet because mine is only Relic 4. But that's going to be the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, please do all the thing. Click the likes. If you really liked it, feel free to subscribe. And please stick around and come back for the next video. Thank you for watching.